Whew, y'all, we trying to get this new equipment together. So thank you. Thank you. Welcome to Burgundy Blue Commentary. Let's do a little bit of housekeeping. You guys have a Patreon. It's over here. I would love for you to join. It's really on the love right now. I'm still trying to work through my adoption story and get that up. It's emotional, but it will be up. Please consider supporting me over there. Other than that, let's get into the show. Today we're talking about Miss Reesa Teesa and the stepson. So the other day I was on Tashawn Live, right? And I don't know if you know who the stepson is, but we're gonna go through it step by step. Um, so it was a lot. Let me do the intro.
Commentary blue, commentary, burgundy, commentary, comment blue, commentary, comment burgundy blue, commentary, burgundy, commentary, commentary.
Yesterday, regarding the Reesa Teesa situation, was a lot to uncover. But if it's your first time being over on this channel, we don't judge. You know what I mean? We're just here reporting the news, saying what's going on social media, especially things that's going on reality TV. But now social media has turned into reality TV, especially when we get to the Reesa Teesa story. So, as always, if this is your first time here, I'm not judging. Bitches be getting cheated on every day. Every day. That doesn't make me any different. But I want to talk about Tayshawn. I want to talk about the Reesa Teesa situation. I want to talk about the stepson, Tashawn. If you don't know, his name was Tashawn Lopes, and he came out to basically corroborate Reesa Teesa story. So we saw Reesa Teesa story go viral, the 50-part series, Who the F Did I Marry? But then her stepson, he came out because in her series, Reesa Teesa mentioned how she went through Legion, who is AKA Jerome. She went through Legion's background, did a background check, found an obituary for the grandmother, and on the obituary, it listed wife Latoya. Now, I have a love-hate relationship with this, okay? Because not a love-hate, I don't have a dog in this fight. But the kids are going off like my mother name was mentioned. Reesa Teesa, in my eyes, you guys let me know your thoughts. In my eyes, Reesa Teesa just said Legion name, who we didn't know who Legion was until another TikTok person came out named Danny and she called herself exposing who Legion was. Now put a pin in that. When Reesa Teesa told her story, she never mentioned Legion's government name. That came from other people. Now, she mentioned Latoya. However, we see that Miss Latoya does not even go by Latoya. She doesn't even call herself Latoya. No first and last name, no mention, no nothing. So it was hard to put two and two together until the stepson Tayshawn came out and said, "Hey, my mother was the first wife." Now, we're going to go through some videos. If you're here, hit the like button. I appreciate y'all. It's a lot to digest. So, we've seen Miss Reesa Teesa, and I'm not judging. I want to make sure everybody has hard times, everybody goes through things. I'm not judging at all. I want to be clear about that. We're talking about the events, and I'm going to tell you my kind of tug of war on this. The kids are so mad at everybody and saying they don't want their mother exposed. But while they're saying they don't want their mother exposed, their mother is all around the world giving interviews that nobody asked for. I'm just being clear. Nobody asked for these interviews. And even quite frankly, the mother came forward and said, "Hey, I don't want to be involved in this." And I'm going to play all that. Hey, Just Humble Me Clark, thanks for being here. Your support is the world. So let's go into a couple of things that I noticed since I've been nosy on TikTok. Okay. Number one, Reesa Teesa says she didn't make the money people thought she made because she got kicked out the TikTok creator fund for multiple violations. I am sure TikTok's going to fix that because they don't want no smoke. She got flown out. She now has a manager. BMW is considering giving her a BMW. She's now going to Paris. Okay. All right. Audible has offered her a deal. Now, this is all the things that Reesa Teesa is going through. Now, I want to say one more thing before we get into these videos. If you did the 50-part series, put a 1 in the chat. Or if you know what I'm talking about. Reesa Teesa was very careful not to use people's names as much as she could unless it was somebody that she found out wasn't real or somebody that could corroborate. She mentioned Latoya, but she also mentioned Legion's wife before that. Now, follow me. Latoya gets on her Instagram. Now, Reesa Teesa never leaves this name, never says this name. However, Latoya, who's mad that she was drug into it, gets on there and mentions somebody named Vivian. We don't know who Vivian is. So should she be held accountable for throwing somebody else into that? Okay. Also, we find out that Miss Latoya's son, Tashawn, is homeless with his baby and his wife, or soon-to-be wife. He's homeless. He's out there struggling. He's trying to figure out what's going on. People are cash apping him. He didn't even have a phone. Like I said, I'm not judging him. He didn't have a roof to go over his head. His car wouldn't start. He was using like an Obama phone. His words, not mine. He had nothing before Reesa Teesa came out with this 50-part story, and he was able to connect with it because his mother was married to Jerome. And they're like, oh, we don't want this. We don't want, take it. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? You're in a situation, take it. This might be a blessing in disguise. Okay. But the whole thing is, he goes so hard for his mother. I'm confused. And y'all, I don't know how many times I'm going to say I'm not judging. But he goes so hard for his mother. Why is he homeless? So I went in the chat yesterday. And y'all gotta be delicate with that chat because also Legion's stepdaughter, I'm wondering if this is a stepdaughter we thought had died or if that was the other stepdaughter. But the stepdaughter in the story, or no, that couldn't have been because that was the other wife. But the stepdaughter, she came forward and she's just a cussing and going off and calling everybody bitches and hoes. And she also says, and sorry for the language, y'all. She also says that Legion abused her. Okay. So y'all got where I'm coming from. I would love to know your comments, but this is what's going on. This is the fallout. So it's a bunch of people attaching themselves to Reesa Teesa Story, but saying we don't want no part of attaching themselves to Reesa Teesa Story. But then they get mad because Reesa Teesa is getting success, but then they say they don't want their mother involved. I'm so confused. I'm very much confused. So it's this guy. He's on TikTok. His name is Big Dog. He got so invested in the story. I think it's Lord Big Dog. I'm gonna have to find it and link it below after this live, y'all. I'll try to remember that. But he found some people to expunge things off Tashawn's record because Tashawn was trying to get in the Navy. So he's trying to get in the Navy, but he had a misdemeanor. So this TikToker found the legal people that could get involved, and he paid and made way for Tashawn's thing to be expunged. Amazing, right? My thing is, Tashawn is leaving the Navy office and he rolling a blunt. I'm trying to figure out where it should make sense. And he's on live. I'm just, y'all, let me know if I'm being a prude, but I'm trying to figure out your girl Burgundy. She love a good cocktail. I'm not judging. I'm trying to figure out, where do you leave in the Navy recruiter's office and rolling a blunt come into play? That's what I'm just trying to say, make it make sense. Don't get me wrong. I know the stress to get to you, the anxiety can get to you, but I'm gonna need you not to do that on live. Okay, this is it. So let's go down memory lane. When Reesa Teesa, this is before Reesa Teesa got offered to Paris. This is before the money. This is before the BMW. Let's listen to what Miss Latoya told us, the public.
So I'm going to address the elephant in the room. because it's been brought to my attention that my ex-husband is out here in these streets disturbing individuals as he always has, and I have been brought into this. Let me first say, this chapter of my life is closed. I have moved on. It's been more than 10 years. I'm over it. I'm done. I'm good. Okay? But after I say this, let's just leave it alone. I don't want to talk about this anymore. I'm not going to address it anymore because I have nothing to do with this. This is my past life. The book is closed. Okay? So Legion, as y'all call him, is a despicable, nasty, and vile individual. I fell for the trap over 10 years ago. Yes, he was charming, and I was broken mentally. Okay? Understand, self-love was not here at all for me to actually love myself enough to understand that this is not love. He manipulated me. He loved bombed me. All of the, I'm going to do this or I'm going to do that and everything else. Yes, all of these things were said to me. Guess what? None of it happened. He's manipulative and he literally tried to ruin my life. He had family turn against me because he wanted to tell people lies about me and things of that nature. And unfortunately, he's very, very good at what he does. It took me many, many, many years to get past that. I have healed. And with this situation being brought back to me, it's like cutting me back open with a dagger because I was already healed up. The Band-Aid had been left. I've gotten married. I'm happy. Been good, right? But this man is a pathological liar. He gave up all types of promises, but to the cars and houses just like Reesa. But guess what? None of that ever came to pass, right? So I just need for people to know that this situation was traumatic as hell for me. And then I hear about, because I've not watched any of the videos, because for what? Like, it's not my business anymore. I feel bad for anybody that he comes into contact with, and I will tell any female that sees his picture, don't ever, just let it go. Because he needs some serious mental help, and he needs to be evaluated and be locked away. So that's what I will say. And as far as like me not filing for divorce, I didn't file for divorce because I was afraid for my life. I didn't want to be served. I didn't want to, in order for me to file, I would have to tell him where exactly I was. And I didn't want him to know that. So no, I absolutely was not filing because I was afraid at the time. But guess what? It was ended before it even really started but at the same token, I still was very, very, very not mentally, in love with myself. So that's one of the things that really got me. So I genuinely feel empathy for the women that have been down his path. When all this stuff was going on with him and I, there was no social media, TikTok or anything like that. But at the same token, I just wanted to heal through my processes. I didn't want to sit there and have to tell the whole world my business because I'm a very private person and I don't do drama. I will also say this. I did not hit Legion at all. I did not hit this man. He went to jail because he was impersonating a police officer, telling people that he was a detective of the police department in Atlanta, Georgia. And that is why he went to jail. Also for stalking one of the guards that were over where we lived at. That is why he went to jail. So he didn't go to jail because of we never went to court about me putting my hands on him. My son did, yes, interact with him. And my son, yes, he did put his hands on him because he threatened me for the last time. And enough was enough. As you go through life, you can either sit down and continue to take it, or you can get up and triumph and do what you need to do so that you can make your life better. And at that point, enough was enough for me. I was done. I was no longer going to be the victim because I'm not a victim. I'm not a doormat. You can't step on me. You can't do whatever you want to do to me and me take it. So I left. I will also say, I need people to understand this is my life we're talking about, right? So this situation is triggering but it's triggering me because it needs to be said. But it's one of those things where I was okay with not saying it. I was good. After this conversation, after I'm done saying my piece, if anybody wants to actually, know how I healed from all of this, you're more than welcome to go, click into my link on my Ms. Missouri page on Facebook. And you're more than welcome to listen to my show tonight, because my Health, My Mind, and Body radio show is literally about healing. And my show tonight is about elevating your mental. And I've been elevating my mental for years. And I'm so fucking proud of myself. You know why? Because I've done a lot of work to get past all that shit that was going on in my past. So all that, Reesa Teesa, I pray, honey, that you get the healing that you need, sweetie, because guess what? It took me time. And I pray that you get the healing that you need. And anybody else, Vivian or anybody else, I pray that you guys get the healing that you need. Because this situation is not easy. But I hope that you guys really get the healing that you need. So that way, you guys can move forward in your life, because it's possible to have a love of your life after all of this trauma. It is very possible. So with that being said, you guys, I really hope that, this will be on my end anyways. You guys can continue talking about it if you like, but I'm done, because I'm not a victim. I got out and I moved on. I am not attached to this man. Don't want to be attached to this man. He's out of my life. Been out of my life all of these years, and don't want to have anything to do with him. So that's just that. If anybody wants to know how I triumphed through all of this, because I have to go into obviously more details, you guys can go ahead and go onto my show, and I'll go ahead and put the link on my Facebook, and I'll also put it here on TikTok for you guys to be able to see. Other than that, I'm signing off. This is your girl, Ms. Missouri, and make sure y'all tune in tonight at My Health, My Mind, and Body radio show. Ahala.
Hey everybody, hey all my faves, just join in. Thank you. Thanks for being here. Okay, so we heard she said leave her alone. She has healed. That is it. Leave her alone. She don't want to hear from us. But I wanted to point out, did y'all notice how she mentioned Vivian, and nobody, Reesa never said Vivian. Nobody else said Vivian. I'm not blaming her. I believe it was just like it just rolled off her tongue. But just like they're saying, she was saying she didn't want people to know about her. Well, I'm sure Vivian, who hasn't stepped forward, didn't want the same, right? So let's go on to after she saw Reesa Teesa got that BMW child.
Good afternoon, you guys. I just wanted to kind of come and let you guys know what's going on. So my last video, I stated that I was not really wanting to talk anymore about this situation, because honestly, you guys, I was shocked. My system was shocked. And then on top of that, I was afraid because, when I left him, I had to leave incognito, tie the pipe type of thing. That's why he was blocked on everything or whatever, so he couldn't find me. So now, these last couple of days I've been thinking about it. I'm like, I'm finna tell my story. I gotta tell my story, because I'm not afraid, and I'm not gonna be afraid, because he can't touch me. So no. I just gotta be, not fearful and, and just do what I need to do. But I came here to let you guys know. Tomorrow night at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern, I will be doing a live with one of his first cousins. She will be coming on with me, and we will be talking about her cousin. You guys will learn more things about him that she knows, in depth. So you guys will learn a little bit more, and and then also because of the fact that she knows him a lot, more than I would, because that's his cousin. But her and I are still very close. We've been close for years, even after he left, and after I left him and he went to jail and all the rest of that stuff. Yeah, we're still close to this day. So she definitely wants to come on and say her piece about the situation. But other than that, you guys have a lovely, lovely Thursday, and I'm signing off for now. Don't forget TikTok Live tomorrow, Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Fuck. Again, I'll talk to you guys later.
I better read word.
Okay, So you see now, she said, "Wait a minute, trip to Paris." Trip to Paris. Hey, exactly, Erica. Hey, Zell. Hi, my people. I love y'all. Yeah, I was like, who is Vivian? But I was just mentioning, like, remember they were talking about, so we're going to get to the kids live because they were talking about, don't mention, they were going in on Danny, who, let me be clear, Danny was the girl that said we found lesion when we were only 10 steps in to the story. We was on 10 series in. However, Danny is saying that she felt like she wasn't first, but it went viral. Well, unfortunately, that she was the first to go viral exposing lesion. Well, unfortunately, that's where it is. Like, because you did go viral exposing lesion. Oh, hold on. Let me invite y'all in. I forget. Sorry. Here's a link in case anybody wants to call in. And happy Monday, y'all. Woo! Your girl Burgundy trying to get it together this Monday. Oh my goodness. Okay. So it was like, okay, just like she said Latoya on the obituary, Reesa Teesa, the first wife Latoya, who doesn't even go by Latoya from what we see, she came out and said, "Hey, well, my heart go out to Vivian," and we sitting there like, "Well, who Vivian?" So now people looking for Vivian, right? So, amongst all this, I wanted to bring out this point as well, and thank you y'all for being here. Please hit that like button. Please comment. Please share. Okay. I don't think this is so okay. So Jerome has this TikTok page. And I finally went through the TikTok page because it's videos of him responding to comments, but it's never current events. We did a live for 7 hours. We were up having a good time, drinking tea, eating cookies a couple of days ago. And we were up to 2 a.m. and we went over, it's on my page. We went over to Jerome's page and we went to Reesa Teesa page. However, if you're following that TikTok page, if you notice, Jerome face changes every day. He'll post a video one day, he's freshly shaved. He'll post a video the next day, he has that rash all over his face that someone said was shingles. If you notice, he openly says his status. He keeps on pointing out that he's giving people HIV, I have to say, I'm sorry, YouTube, but HIV. That's how he that, and it just triggers me. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm sure Legion is crazy, and I'm sure Jerome is crazy. I have to say allegedly, but I'm possibly, if this story is true, he seemed crazy. But I'm not sure if that's his page. And I don't know if the wool is being pulled over our eyes and somebody just manipulated the page. I couldn't go back because he deleted that Facebook page. But to me, in my humble opinion, it seems like people are using clips from Jerome, old Jerome, like he called himself relationship guy. One day he's 20 pounds lighter. Like I said, one day he has that rash all over his face. Also, the seasons are changing behind him. The trees have leaves in one scene. The trees do not have leaves in another scene. I think these might be old clips. I don't think it's the real Legion page. So let me play that my thought process on that. Y'all let me know your thoughts, and then we're going to get into the stepson.
Everybody out here this morning. Boy. Everybody, relationship guy, what's going on? Relationships are hard work, but you got. A friend of mine got some great news. He's moving up, all the way up. Some people say clothes ain't something they need, but it actually is something you need.
Women will literally always take it.
Everybody, relationship guy, what's going on? What's up, everybody?
Guys, y'all hear me out right quick. What if this is not really Legion page? What if this is fabricated? This is the only thing that made me think that. Even when he pointed out the comments, when he points out a comment, it's usually followed up with a video that doesn't even mention Reesa or the situation or nothing like that. Nothing in his videos reference current events. And his face changes from having that inflamed look to not having it. The rash on his face. The seasons are changing, the outfits. It's kind of weird. Like, what if someone just comprised, old videos and made it work for this TikTok. I don't know. I'm not trying to be a conspiracy theory person, but I was like, wait a minute. Why doesn't he reference anything? Even when he talked about Netflix, he was like, I've been filming for 16 days. Now, we know Reesa's story wasn't even out for 16 days, but I was just wondering if he was on set. They are in Atlanta as a crew member or a PA or something, and just mention that. I don't know. It seems like he doesn't reference current. Okay. So you guys, sorry, it was kind of low. So I was saying, like, it seems like Legion doesn't reference any kind of current events. Even when he said that he was on set filming for 16 days, everybody was like, okay, well, haha, his Reesa story only been out for 4 days. But my whole thought process was maybe he was on a set before as crew, as a driver. Could have been just, or remember, he has told lies like, hey, I'm a music manager. Hey, I work in film. He could have did that video way before and someone posted that. That's my thought process. That or extra. Yes. That was my thought process. And then because it just didn't seem right. Not to say he's not crazy, but the photos, it's one photo of him crying. You could tell that's a whole different time. I don't know. Y'all, that's my thought process. Okay, now let's get into the son. So the son and the mom finally got together. Now, if you didn't know, the son Tashawn, he's homeless. So he came up to tell everybody he's homeless. This is the mom here. They went live the other day. I did try to get some comments in but they did not answer my comments. My comments were pretty simple, as you'll see. I'll be like, well, what are we going to do to get Tashawn out the situation he's in? He was crying the other day, guys. He finally got a hotel room. He just was so thankful. He finally could take his family out to eat to a hot meal. He was just so thankful. He was able to get a phone. And like I said, I'm definitely not judging him, but I see him and his mom have a relationship, and I see how hard he is going in for his mother. What's it? I wanted to just know. Let me tell you, no, I could tell they're close. Is it a reason he can't stay with his mother, as we know? And I'm just saying, allegedly. Is it a reason? We know that the mother says she's remarried in a loving relationship. Is it one of those things where it's like, you too grown, you can't live in my house? I don't know what situation it is, but I did ask. They totally ignored that comment. And the reason I asked is because we're doing a GoFundMe for, not we, but the daughter and the son are doing a $50,000 GoFundMe for the mother. And that's been up for about 6 days. She has not gotten $1 yet, but they're doing a GoFundMe for the mother to get her peace back. While the GoFundMe was up, the mother was doing an interview.
And you guys how I met him. So I was dating this other guy. And I wasn't thinking about Jerome because I didn't even know him. But I had just moved to Augusta. This is in 2009. I just moved to Augusta. So I was looking for a producer because I sing. So I was looking for a producer because I'm in a new place, whatever. And one of the guy's friends that I was dating said, oh, I got this producer. You know, and I'm like, oh, okay, get in contact with him and invite him over to my house. So that way I can talk to him, get his rates and things like that. Okay. So I ended up talking to him on the phone first. And then I was like, well, you can come over and we can talk logistics. Perfectly fine. So the guy that I was actually talking to, he was like, that, you know, that's cool, whatever. We'll all talk. So everybody in my house at the time were artists, so we were all talking to him or whatever. Well, he ended up started calling me, like out the, you know, to the side. Started calling me off to the side. So of course, you know, I'm listening, and I'm, you know, and the guy that I was dating, he was way younger than me, so I should have been dating him anyway. He wasn't a minor, but I was in my 30s and he was in his 20s, put it that way. Anyways, I shouldn't have been dating him because, you know, I'm older. I got kids. He ain't got no kids, whatever.
Girl, you can
anyway,
as long as if they could buy you some wine.
Yeah, he was definitely legal. He was like 24, but I was I was like 30, 34, 35. So I was feeling like, you know, I'm 10 years older. So Jerome was, calling me, acting like he could do this, that, and the other thing. So, he's like, let me just take you out. So I did. And we went out, and he talked, and he fucking talked, and he talked, and he talked, and he, oh, I just want to show you the world, and I want to give you, all these things. So he didn't go into specific details right then. It was when we really started dating.
Okay. So y'all heard it here first. So the mother at this point, she's doing interviews, and everybody, her children, sweet kids, they're talking about not Reesa Teesa, Danny and Reesa Teesa outed the mother. But I'm confused. I am confusion. Give her piece back. And one of the comments that, and like I said, I'm not pro Danny because she did jump, like she had that first, I want to be first mentality. However, she had some valid questions when she was asking a question. She said, but wait a minute. Because I felt like when Reesa asked Danny to take the video down, she should have. Actually, like I just think so. I don't know her reasoning because I didn't go back, but it was like she was trying to protect women, but it really trickled down this effect. But my whole thing was y'all doing a GoFundMe for mom, and mom's doing interviews, and mom's in her post is tagging Legion and Reesa Teesa. So she obviously does not want to be hidden. Okay, let's go into the live with the Son. Let me see if I got it, guys. I had to I'm on a new, let's see. I'm on a new page here. Let's see if I can pull it up. Sorry, guys. Let's see if we can get that going for you. Just 1 second. Let me see if I can get that going for you. Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna. Okay, we're gonna see if I can get that up. It was 5 minutes long, the live I recorded, so I'm gonna try to get that up here. But I'm gonna clip it down right quick. Thank you so much for being patient because I recorded 5 minutes of the live so you could see me saying, "Hey, how can we help Tashawn?" I also asked them. I asked Tashawn and his wife, "Are you guys in a better living situation?" Because I see that you're with the mother now. And they said actually no, but they're working on it. Um, it was so bad, like Tayshawn really couldn't talk on the phone or anything like that, allegedly because he didn't have an outlet, the car wasn't running. It was so many things going on when he was in a bad place. He didn't even have a birth certificate. He couldn't get a birth certificate. And he was like, he couldn't get a birth certificate to go to the Navy office to apply for anything. And I'm like, okay, so your mom doesn't have a birth certificate? Like I said, it sounds so crazy because you don't want to put the blame on anybody. Like you're constantly like, I don't want to seem like I'm blaming them for anything. But it's like, okay, so you're in this bad of a shape that you're out on the street. We can see that you're unkept. You don't have you seem like a guy with a great spirit. Let me say that. He seemed like he has a really good spirit and a passion for protecting his family. Oops, sorry guys. I found it. Let me see if I can get this up here. Let's see if this will work. I'm gonna just add it in. I have a new what do you call it, guys? I have a new tablet and I'm trying to learn how to navigate it. Let's see if this will work. File must be one of the following types. It's the same type as Let me see if I can get this, guys. Sorry. Let's see. It might not work for us. It might not work for us. I'm sorry, guys. So, let me play it in the background. Maybe you can hear it where I'm asking him the questions and he responds to me. And I'm just basically saying, hey, how can we help you? What's going on? What is
Commentary Blue Commentary Burgundy Commentary Comment Blue Commentary Comment Burgundy Blue Commentary Blue Commentary Burgundy